Hey everyone, it's Holmes from Home Storybooks, and today I'm here to do a belated Top 5 Wednesday video. The premise for this video is to celebrate and uplift LGBTIQA+ relationships that aren't cisgender gay relationships. Samantha from Thoughts on Tomes, one of the creators for Top 5 Wednesday, wanted to shine a spotlight on some of the lesser known couples of the queer community. I couldn't agree more, but because I'm doing so much queer content for Pride Month, I wanted to discuss one book I love and one book on my to-be-read pile, so I don't clog your feet with the same books. The first book I want to talk about is She of the Mountains by Vivek Shraya. This is published by Arsenal Pulp Press, one of my favorite publishers. It includes gorgeous lithographic type illustrations by Raymond Basinger, and I wish I had a copy because it's just so beautiful to flip through. I mention this book specifically because the main character is queer and considers themselves gay, but then they fall in love with a woman. It's such a tender romance steeped in folklore, and it's such an intimate experience to read. Shraya calls out LGBTIQA+ culture and its obsession with labels, and how labels can be limiting, and how the word queer can be a shelter for a lot of people. Some of the passages in this book alone make it a 5-star read for me. Wearing queer allowed him to shed the sense that he was lying to one group or another. His love and the person he loved the most no longer needed to be kept secret. He could be everything all at once. Ironically, queer meant whole. That last line always makes me tear up every time. Shraya's writing is fierce and a great comfort to me. It is compassion at its best, love born out of a struggle, empowered with knowledge and lived experience. Shraya writes about sexuality, race, and the microaggressions we commit to ourselves and to each other. And then she writes a love story so powerful, you promise never to be cruel again. On my to-read pile for this is I'm Afraid of Men by Vivek Shraya, published by Penguin Random House, and it will be out August 28th of this year. It's an essay about Shraya's experiences as a trans person, too masculine to be a woman, too feminine to really be a man. She explores the gender roles society has imposed on her and how that toxic masculinity, misogyny, and transphobia can lead to heartbreak. I am expecting this to be intensely personal in the best way. Shraya is a wonderful teacher, and I'm ready to learn from her. The next book on this list is Carmilla by Joseph Sheridan Fanu. This is a quick little novella about lesbian vampires, originally published in 1872. This is about Carmilla, who comes to live with a family after her mother passed away. Laura is mysterious, nocturnal, and absolutely bewitches Carmilla. It's fun, it's thrilling, it's a total romp, and I love a story about lesbian obsession. My to-read option to go with this is Tangerine by Christine Mangan. This is about a woman called Alice who moves to Morocco with her husband. She hasn't adjusted very well and spends most of the time inside until she sees Lucy, an old friend of hers. Things transpire, things unravel, and once again, Alice feels like she's being manipulated by Lucy. I've heard this is just like a rehash of a lot of tropes and not as spectacular as the novels that inspired it, like Patricia Highsmith's The Talented Mr. Ripley or Daphne du Maurier's work. But now that I've reconciled that, it won't be the best book I've ever read. I'm just going to enjoy this little romp. My next pairing for this is absolutely one of my favorites, and it is Korra and Asami from The Legend of Korra, Turf Wars Part 1 and 2. This takes place after the finale of the television series and features Korra and Asami coming back from their honeymoon to Republic City to see what has unfolded since. Gangs have struck up in the city, every political figure is about to throw down, and the spirits are mad. What I love about this relationship is both how powerful these women are and how supportive they are of each other. Korra is the avatar, the master of all the world's elements. She's braff, she's buff, she's incredibly kind. Asami Sato, her partner, is the Japanese-American equivalent of Tony Stark and runs her own tech company. I love how the writers and creative team tackle the two of them coming out and being a couple with such a gentle practicality. The second volume ended on a real cliffhanger, so of course I want to read Volume 3 of Turf Wars. The main artist, Irene, is someone I follow and really admire. Her artwork has improved so much between the second and first volume, so I can't wait to see how it's improved here. The stakes are really high and it'll be such an exciting read. I'll just breeze through it. The next book I'd love to talk about is one I'm currently reading, and it is Rubyfruit Jungle by Rita Mae Brown, originally published in 1973. It's about a young girl named Molly Bolt. She's precocious, smart, and will fight anyone who tells her what to do. This novel is so full of spirit, and I love it so much. When she's young, Molly falls in love with Leota B. Bisland, whom she sits behind in 6th grade. The two secretly exchange smooches in the forest until Molly moves away and they lose touch. One of the last lines of that chapter is, "I didn't see Leota again until 1968, and I don't care that I haven't finished this book. My emotional response to that line was incredible. I need to keep reading because they need to live happily ever after, okay? I need this. Rita Mae Brown, I need it." The book I'd love to read that pairs with this is Patience and Sarah by Isabel Miller. This was originally published in 1969 and then republished again in 2005 by Arsenal Pop Press. This is about Patience White, a painter, and Sarah Dowling, a farmer in puritanical New England, and their relationship. This is historical fiction and romance, and it was originally self-published, with the author selling 1,000 books by hand on the streets of New York. It's won lots of awards, and most of the people I follow on Goodreads rated it 5 stars, so I need to read it. This next one is absolutely gorgeous, and it is The Tea Dragon Society by Kate O'Neill. This is about the daughter of a blacksmith called Greta. She finds and returns a tea dragon to its owner and soon learns the art of tea dragon care and cultivation. Along the way, she falls in love with Minette, and it's the cutest, softest romance in the world. I love them so much. The art style is stunning. The concept of tea dragons is really fun, and the concept and execution are just so strong and so well polished. I love the vine and flower motifs that are used to lead your eye across the page. I love the art style. I love everything about this book, and I already want to read it again. The books on my to-read pile for this are huge. I'd love to read Princess Ever After, also by Kate O'Neill, which is about 2 very different princesses with 2 very different strengths. It's about feminism and familial obligations and pressure from society when you're in the public eye, and if it's anywhere near as beautiful as Tea Dragon Society, I'm going to adore it. I could also read The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang, which is about Prince Sebastian and the brilliant dressmaker Francis. Sebastian is genderqueer and is the very fashionable Lady Crystalia at night. Sebastian is outed against his will, and it's what happens from there. Romance, frilly lace, and secret weapons. I'm expecting this to be saccharine sweet and fluffy and maybe make me cry. The last book I'd love to read is Honor Girl by Maggie Thrash. This is a graphic memoir about Maggie falling in love with her camp counselor when she was 13. I've heard that it's beautiful and emotionally authentic and really transports you to a summer camp in the South. It's summer right now, so I want to read it while it's still hot outside. So many books, so little time. Have you read any of these books? What did you think? Let's talk in the comments below. Bye, everyone.